Hello, friends, and thank you as always for visiting the Legend Sports Universe YouTube channel, Legend Sports Universe, where legends play forever. The first of 3 live games in our Week 3 slate in Year 2 of the FSFL brings us to MetLife Stadium for a Battle of New York, kinda, as the Bills, who actually play in the state, visit the Jets in their home of New Jersey. The Bills have started a strong 2-0 and have allowed only 10 points in the first 2 weeks. They took down the Patriots in the opener before dismantling the Dolphins in Week 2. Now they visit a Jets squad that has proven erratic but dangerous over the first year plus of the FSFL. Buffalo has ridden OJ Simpson hard over these first 2 weeks with 60 carries, but he's averaging nearly 5 yards per attempt, so he doesn't seem to mind. New York's Curtis Martin set an FSFL record with a 96-yard TD run in the opener. But minus that carry, he's averaged less than 3.8 per attempt. New York will need Martin to have them get control of the flow of this game to have a chance. Bills and Jets Week 3, appreciate you tuning in here for an afternoon broadcast. And again, if I broadcast on a Monday, I'll do an afternoon broadcast. I'm not going to try to compete with Monday Night Football in real football, such as it is. And we like doing the occasional daytime broadcast as well. So as always, we have to run the opening kickoff and the first play to get the custom playbooks to hold, and then we will get to our more preferred broadcast view and let the sim play out from there. Bills will start. Joe Ferguson will trot out onto the field talking with Albert Dubenian. Dubenian, of course, had the huge season last year. He was Ferguson's favorite target. But the Bills have really been grinding it out on the ground early on in this season. Sean McDermott's offense is a fairly balanced one, but it's been run heavy through the first 2 weeks. We'll see if that continues here in Week 3 against the Jets. They do start off to Simpson. Jets gobble him up at the line. He'll pick up a couple out to the 27, and we're underway. Greg Gorecki joins us in the chat. How are you, my friend? Good to see you. I hope all is well with you, sir, on this Monday. Bills wearing the old AFL unis, Jets sporting the 1980s version of their unis. Ferguson in the shotgun. He's got Simpson next to him, draw up the middle, and OJ has plenty of room. Out across the 40, out to the 42. So Simpson picks up 15 on that one. Berlin Biggs tracks him down and trips him up. But right away, Bills are out over the 40-yard line. Simpson checks out. Fred Jackson in the backfield with him. That's Dubenian over the middle, and Dubenian drops it. Drag route over the middle. Ferguson hits him in the hands. Dubenian can't hold on. It's incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10. Dermott's offense running out of the shotgun as they frequently will. Oslett coaches the Jets. Ferguson stands in over the middle, batted away. Nice job there in coverage. Batted down. 3rd and 10 from the 42. Shotgun again. Ferguson stands in. Pressure. Ferguson tries to roll left. He's going to keep it and take off, and Ferguson's going to get the first down. Wide open space, and Joe Ferguson, certainly not a statue, but not somebody you would consider a runner as a quarterback, picks up 19 yards. He gets to the outside of the pressure. Muhammad Wilkerson got inside his man, and that opened up the space outside, and Ferguson just tucked it and took off. Frustrating one for the Jets to allow that. Ferguson down to the New York 39. There's movement there. Jets are saying they were drawn off. And the referee agrees. So that'll push the Bills back 5 to the 44. Overcast day, no rain here at MetLife Stadium. Shotgun. Poor blocking there. Ferguson gets the throw off, but he takes a shot. Ferguson 0 for his first 3. Leonard Williams got through, hit him as he threw. That was dangerous for Ferguson to try to throw that one there, with Williams bearing down on him. Williams gets to him a second sooner, and that's a fumble. 2nd and 15 from the 44. Ferguson stands, looks towards the sideline, complete. Down inside the 20. 29-yard pickup. That's Butler on the reception. Ferguson throws the strike. He gets to the outside. Revis let him go. Hasty, a little slow, it appeared, getting over for the coverage. 1st and 10 from the 15. Greg asked Cookie Gilchrist down the pipe for the Bills. Gilchrist is actually a rookie this year. He's gotten a little bit of time. I know he's had a couple of catches. I think he's only carried it a couple of times. They've been very heavily going with Simpson on the ground, and then they've brought Spiller in on passing down. Fred Jackson's gotten a couple carries. Gilchrist has gotten a couple of carries as well. OJ stopped at the line. Good job there by the Jets. It'll be 3rd and 10. Jets going to try to limit the Bills to a field goal here. Ferguson looks over the middle. Good coverage there. Incomplete. So Ferguson has been very solid over the first 2 weeks. Only 1 for his first 5 on the opening drive. Nice job there by the Jets defense to bend but not break. Scott Norwood will come on for a 33-yard attempt. Let's try to cap this opening drive with 3 points. Kick is up and good. So Norwood splits the uprights. Bills jump out to a quick 3-0 lead. Now the Jets will get their first opportunity to try to do something against this Bills defense that has been sensational. Bills have allowed 10 points in the first 2 games. All those were against the Patriots in week 1. They blanked the Dolphins in week 2. Dolphins just unable to get anything going offensively. Got Mercury Morris, but they don't have like any of their top receivers in history. Got Tagovailoa at quarterback right now. The Dolphins defense just spends a lot of time on the field. So here's Ken O'Brien. O'Brien, who was on the verge of being benched late in year 1. Again, and ignore those stats. Those are just the stats for whoever I overwrote create penalty. O'Brien was on the verge of being benched for Chad Pennington late in year 1, but then started the Jets on a turnaround late in the season. Jets won 5 of 6 late in the year. So O'Brien has kept the starting role here in year 2. Handoff Curtis Martin picks up 5 out to the 24. Rookie Mike Stratton on the stop for the Bills. And off it's Martin again. Tries to go right up the middle, and there is nothing there. They have gotten a yard. Robert Saleh error. Again, Bruce Coslett is actually the coach. That's the playbook I use based on the Coslett years. But the Robert Saleh error, a time Jets fans trying to forget. And O'Brien in the shotgun here on 3rd and 4. Looking. Swings it, drag route over the middle. He's got his tight end there, Mickey Schuler. Schuler gets out across the 30 to the 31. 7-yard pickup, first down, New York. Mickey Schuler was a very solid tight end. Good player back in the Richard Todd days. Delayed handoff up the middle. I believe that's. Oh, no, it was Martin. I thought Bilal Powell subbed in, but that's Martin picking up 6. 2nd and 4 to the 37. Second and 4 from the 37. And off Martin looking for a hole. Bills swarm. Good job by Martin to keep the legs moving, trying to get a little bit out to the 38. That'll bring up a 3rd and 3. And on 1st and 2nd, throw when you have to on 3rd. Lather, rinse, repeat for the Jets here on this opening drive. O'Brien stands in, looks, incomplete. That throw was wide. He was looking for Schuler again. Boyer was right there with him. O'Brien's throw a bit behind Schuler, and the punting unit will come on for New York. Says he liked Todd. Yeah, Richard Todd was a solid quarterback. He was under a ton of pressure. Much like O'Brien, actually. Ken O'Brien used to get the crap kicked out of him every week. I always thought O'Brien, if they had ever put real pass protection in there for him, O'Brien would have been a very, very solid quarterback. Speaking of solid quarterbacks, Joe Ferguson and the Bills back in control here. They'll start from their 14. Ferguson changes it up at the line. Tries to get Simpson outside, and Verlin Biggs, terrific play. Biggs brings him down, beat his man outside. Drags Simpson down for a loss of 2. It'll be 2nd and 12. Ferguson stands in, looks complete. Out across the 30. That's going to be Butler, Jerry Butler again. Ferguson, only 2 of 6 so far. Both completions have been to Butler. Revis on the stop, out across the 30 to the 31. The Jets have been bad for 40 years. The Jets' problem is they never have both things at the same time. If their offense is solid, their defense stinks. If their defense is solid, their offense stinks. Pass to the left-hand side, complete. Again, it's Butler. Short pickup of 6, 2nd and 4. Simpson tries a counter, but that play is blown up the middle. Harry Barton stop. It's 3rd and 3. Yeah, see Larry Grantham. The breakout performance last week against the Patriots in the losing effort. Grantham had 3 sacks in that game. Grantham had, I think, 5 sacks all year last year. Breakout performance from him. Grantham was another one of those guys who I didn't really know much about until I started doing this project. Grantham is actually a very good player. Old school Jets. 3rd and 8 from the 34. Ferguson in the gun. Looks deep, left-hand side. Coverage is there, but it's reeled in. And Ferguson and Butler having a little something going on. James Hasty gets beat there by Butler. Butler cuts the route short. Hasty was there with him. That's actually not bad coverage by Hasty. That's a very good pass from Ferguson. Butler reels it in. But usually, it has kind of felt like Ferguson has eyed Albert Dubenian as his main guy, but he's got a nice little thing going here with Jerry Butler here in this one. 1st and 10 from the Jets 36. Inside 4.5 minutes left in the opening quarter. Simpson up the middle. Not anything there. He's brought down. Jets doing a good job against the run here. Giving up a couple of decent length passes. Put them back on their heels a bit. 2nd and 10 from the 36. Ferguson. And at the line, looks left side, incomplete. Wheel route, that was Fred Jackson out of the backfield. Ferguson tried to put it out ahead of him and led him just a bit too much. Again, if you missed it, go back on the channel after this, the Week 2 highlight show. It was broadcast yesterday. That takes about the length of one of my game broadcasts, about an hour and a half, and it runs through all of the games of Week 2 for highlights and stats, etc. And Grantham picks up a sack there on the outside. Grantham just gets an unabated run at Ferguson. Nobody picks Grantham up. It looked like he may have been tried to be picked by the fullback, and Grantham just got past him. Didn't even look like he got chipped there. So that's going to push the Bills out of field goal range. Back to the 49. They will punt. Try to pin the Jets deep. Inside the 15, out of bounds at the 13, and that's where the Jets will take over. 2:59 left in the opening quarter. 3-0 Bills. Jets will try to get themselves out of the shadow of their own end zone. Motion, handoff. Good job by Martin there. Gets off tackle, finds a little gap. Stopped just shy of the marker. It'll be 2nd and inches from the 23. Try to get Martin to the outside. Boozer lead blocking for him. Boozer got out ahead of him and picked up somebody, but defender slipped in behind. Got Martin, but he does get the first down out to the 25. And in motion. And the motion goes too late, and the Jets are going to get rung up there for a delay of game call. That's a bad penalty for the Jets there. That was a little bit too slow to develop as far as the motion. They'll end up taking the 5-yard delay of game penalty. That'll push them back to the 20, 1st and 15. Handoff. Slips the first tackler, but a whole concord of Bills there at the line to bring him down, led by Stratton. Pick up a yard. It'll be 2nd and 14. I think I said concord. Convoy. Word out there. Fake. On the handoff, O'Brien looks complete. Out towards the sideline. That's Wesley Walker. That's Walker's first catch of the game. 8-yard pickup. Out at the 29. It'll be 3rd and 6. Trips to the high side. Martin the lone setback. O'Brien drops. Short little slant near the marker. Coles catches it, but he takes a shot from Tony McGee, and they say he's shy of the marker. 4th and inches, great tackle by McGee, who hits Coles just shy of the first down marker, and the Jets are going to punt. Not going to chance it on 4th and inches from their own 35. Early Johnson with the punt. Taken back around the 16. There's a flag on the play. Let's see what the penalty is. It's going to be a hold on the Bills. Biscuit, Cornelius Bennett, gets flagged. So the Bills will take over from their 15 after the holding call. 3-0 Buffalo as we get ready for the second quarter. And appreciate you tuning in, whether it's live or whether you're watching this on a replay. Appreciate any time you give me. Shotgun there. Ferguson stands in. Looks over the middle, complete in traffic. No. Oh, that was jarred loose. Good hit from Camardi. I thought Dawson Knox held on, but they said the ball was jarred loose. It'll be 2nd and 10. Ferguson in the gun. Looks incomplete. Ferguson has not been on rhythm, and of course the Jets defense deserves some credit for that. Jets have some good personnel on this defense, actually. Their linebacking core is a little bit weak. David Harris is good, but they're good in the secondary and they're good on the line. Bills play that a bit conservatively. They go for the draw up the middle on 3rd and long. Not wanting to take chances in their own end. They'll just play for the punt, get things out, live to fight another day. Fourth and back inside the 40 at the 38. Not too much there for Wesley Walker. Walker does the kick returns, or the punt returns, rather. Marty or Lamb Jones. Hand off up the middle. Martin picks up a 2, 8 carries, 27 yards. Curtis Martin so far in this one. Shane Conlon on the stop there for Buffalo. Fakes to Martin. Oh, good pickup there, but Martin under tons of pressure gets rid of it. Finds Schuler. A little bit of chaos in the back there, but O'Brien does a good job to keep his wits. Finds Schuler to at least make something out of nothing there. That looked like O'Brien was going to eat the turf, but he finds Schuler. It'll be 3rd and 2 from the midfield stripe. And handoff. Martin near the marker, loses the ball. That's going to be a fumble. Martin was knocked down, and Stratton knocks it out, and the Bills recover at the 47. He stood up. Ball pops out and right into Stratton's hand. Looks like that it was Aaron Schobel who knocked that ball out from behind on Martin. Falls right into the hands. Look what I found. Mike Stratton, and the Bills will take over near midfield. Martin generally very good at protecting the ball. Ferguson stands in the pocket. No real drop there. Short little release. First down. That's Fred Jackson out of the backfield. That'll get down to the 40. 13-yard pickup for Jackson. Still seem to be spelling Simpson a little bit more in this game. He is back in now. Fires near the sideline. Dubenian tries to tiptoe, and they say he caught it. Albert Dubenian reels it in down at the 19, 20-yard pickup. Wait and see. We may see a challenge flag thrown on that one. Nice play by Dubenian. Does not appear it's going to be challenged. Good connection there from Ferguson to Dubenian. 1st and 10 from the 19. Ferguson in the gun, stands in the pocket. Backs up. Pressure from the backside. He's going to throw it away, and that was Grantham on his back again. Ferguson avoids the sack, takes a shot, gets knocked down. Second and 10. Four wide for the Bills. Too high, too low. Ferguson, out route, incomplete. Intended for Fearless Price. That one misses the mark. Eric McMillan in coverage. It's 3rd and 10. On the low side. Indian and Hill up top. Ferguson tries to get outside it. Throws on the move. Nice job by Ferguson. He finds Dubenian. First down to the 7. Good job there by Ferguson, moving in the pocket. Steps out a little bit with the pressure on him. Nice work here late on this drive from Joe Ferguson. 1st and goal Bills from the Jets 7. Throw by Simpson. Wrapped up around the ankles. Brought down there by Hudson. 2nd and goal from the 6. In the gun. They give it Fred Jackson. A little bit of a change of pace. Jackson gets down inside. Oh, I'm sorry, that was CJ Spills. 28, not 22. Down to the 3, 3rd and goal. Big stand here for the Jets. Crowd trying to support him here. 3rd and goal from the 3. Short drop. Ferguson zips it into the end zone. Caught by Butler. Touchdown. Touchdown, Bills. Looks like there's an injury there for Buffalo. Joe Dillamore being helped off the backfield. Helped off the field, I should say. But connection there from Ferguson to Butler from 3 yards out. Pending the extra point here from Scott Norwood. The Bills take a 10-0 lead. 8 plays, 52 yards in 3 minutes. Greg Gorecki unhappy with the touchdown. 10:01 left in the half. Thought the Jets might be able to come up with another stop there, hold Buffalo to another field goal. Bills defense continues to be rather impenetrable early on in the season. Norwood with the kick. Taken at the 4. Tries to break attack, tries to get out to the 20. Out to the 21. Never liked the Bills. That's fair. Bills Mafia is one of the more annoying things in sports. 1st and 10 from the 21. Showing blitz. They do. Blitz is picked up. Martin. O'Brien hands off to Martin. Pick up of 3. Curtis Martin is 10 carries already. 2nd and 7 from the 23. Change up at the line from O'Brien. Drops back, stands in, looks near the sideline, complete. Good hit, but that's a cook up there. Rob Moore on the reception, pick up of 5. 3rd and 2 from the 28. Bryant under center, 2 tight end set. Hand off, up the middle, 1st down for Martin, out across the 35, out to the 37. A little histrionics going on at the end of that play. Pushing and shoving between the Jets and the Bills. Quite tell who was involved in that altercation. Let's try to get that separated. Another handoff. Allow Powell get his 1st carry. Picks up a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9. I prefer these Jets unis to the modern, the darker green. I like Bryan looks downfield, nothing there. He dumps it off to Martin, who fights to get close to the marker, but he'll be stopped short. Bryan 6 of 7 so far, only 40 yards. Marvin Powell, not Mal Powell, considering the size difference between the two. 3rd and 1 from the 46. Tight set. Hand off. Martin close to the marker. Good 2nd effort from Curtis Martin to pick up the 1st down. Bills got him before the marker. Martin keeps the legs churning and moves the sticks out to the 48. inside 6.5 minutes remaining. Jets 13 carries, 7 pass plays so far. And off there is nothing opening up there for Powell. Shane Conlon got through. Matt Milano in there as well. 2nd and 10 coming up. O'Brien throws that one away. He airmailed that one. We got an injury on the field. Dave Herman. Jets offensive line. Get checked out of this one. They're checking out his wrist on the sideline. Keep an eye on that one. Greg asks, do the Bills have Paul McGuire? He was a character in a fine announcer. I admittedly always found him a bit annoying as an announcer. But yeah, Paul McGuire, he's not in the game yet, but he's in their player pool. So he'll come into the league eventually. Third and 10. Ryan looks, misses the mark there, incomplete. Oh, and Tony McGee gives Labranius Coles the bump there on his way back to the huddle. So 4th and 10, Jets will punt, try to pin the Bills deep here. Earl Johnson angles it towards the sideline. It's going to bounce inside the 10 and bounce its way into the end zone. So that'll be a touchback. Bills will start from the 20. There you see Jerry Butler. 5 catches, 87 yards, and a score. Fine first half for Butler. Defensive battle going on here in New Jersey. Handoff up the middle. Simpson picks up 3 out to the 20. 2nd and 7. When I do the Week 3 highlight show, after our 3 live broadcasts on the docket this week, as Simpson breaks this one a bit out across the 30, out across the 35. Simpson's best carry out to the 36. With Week 3 being done, I'll start showing some league leaders and stats and stuff like that. Maybe do like a storylines thing in the league as well in that weekly wrap-up broadcast, which I admit I've always refrained from doing things like that, all the video editing, scripting, and all that kind of stuff. But those highlight videos have actually been a heck of a lot of fun to put together. I'm actually enjoying doing it. The NFL Films soundtrack I use too is such a big help. Great Sam Spence song. Quite a good backdrop. Our good friend Jamie Marshall, the terrific sports games journal, said it was like inside the NFL field. It was exactly what I was going for. I used to watch that all the time. So it was cool to mention that. Pass down the right side, complete. It's Butler. Butler puts the brakes on. Cromartie keeps going, and Butler leaps. That ball looked like it was going to be overthrown a little bit from Ferguson. Oh, this Cromartie just keeps going. Butler puts the brakes on. Nice leaping grab, and Jerry Butler having a heck of a first half here for Buffalo. 1st and 10, and that's a backbreaker for the Jets. Trying to get out, maybe get the ball back, but always get out of the half with just a 10-0 deficit in case they give up the big hitter there. Down to the 17. Ferguson slant, Dubinian. First down inside the 5. They'll spot it at the 3. 1st and goal coming up for Buffalo, and this one suddenly on the verge of breaking open here for Buffalo. It's defense on their heels again. Ferguson stands in. Looks, zips into the end zone, wide open. Dawson Knox, touchdown Bills. And it's 16-0 Buffalo. And now we'll run the stupid dance. Good Lord, whoever in charge at Madden of doing their celebration thing, I don't know if it's changed over the past couple of years, but just stop with these. The dancing. My favorite one was I had the other day. in the Broncos-Raiders game from week 2, Lyle Alzado obliterated Marcus Allen in the backfield, and Alzado gets up and basically does the salsa dance. I'm like, Lyle Alzado would have let you cut a limb off before he broke out into a salsa dance on the football field. But I digress. 17-0 Bills, 2:04 left in the first half. And now the Jets in a very difficult situation. Again, the Bills have only allowed 10 points all throughout the first 2 weeks of the season. Now 2.5 weeks. Almost as we come up here on the half here in week 3. Taken at the 6. Out across the 20. Out to the 24. 2-minute warning. 17-0 Bills. O'Brien drops back. Pressure on. O'Brien hit as he throws. Good throw there. And Walker lays out. Nice grab. Wesley Walker. First down. Jets out to the 37. Both teams have all 3 timeouts. Second catch of the game for Walker. No huddle here for the Jets. Pass near side complete. That's Cole. First down out to midfield. Good job here by the Jets early on this drive. Second catch of the game for the Rainius Colts. Staying in the no huddle. Cole's landed in bounds. Not stop the clock there. Brian drops, looks, pass complete. That's Mickey Schuler. So 3 straight passes, 3 straight connections from O'Brien. And the Jets have marched right down the field here in the final minute and a half. Mickey Schuler down inside the 30. Actually spotted right at the 30. Still not using a timeout. Coming up on 40 seconds left. Ryan stands in. Looks over the middle, complete. Rob Moore, 4 on the drive, 4 different receivers, and the Jets will use their first timeout. O'Brien hits Moore down to the 10. 33 seconds left. Second catch of the game for Moore. Nice job here by Ken O'Brien to get the Jets down the field before halftime. Shotgun. Bryant looks back of the end zone. Touchdown Jets. Lavranius Coles. So 5 for 5 or 6 for 6 on that drive for O'Brien. And the Jets come right down the field against the Bills squad that had only allowed 1 touchdown previously. And march right down the field before the half. That's a terrific job by O'Brien and the Jets offense. 29 seconds left, 17-6, pending the Nick Folk extra point here. Kick is up and good. 5 plays, 77 yards in 131. Cameraman apparently stumbled. Somebody go check on that guy. 17-7 Bills. 29 seconds remaining in the half. Bills have all 3 timeouts. I'm inclined to think, unless there's a sizable return, that the Bills will be content to just go into halftime. Remember, the Jets will receive the ball to start the second half. So the Jets shot at taking some momentum. Off taken just inside the 5, out across the 20. Brought out to the 26. That's where the Bills will start. Jerry Butler had a game's worth of catches in the first half. 6 for 126. Butler only had 5 catches in the first 2 games. Over the middle, looking for Hill. Incomplete. So with playing all the games in exhibition mode instead of franchise mode, here with the change that I made to the league in year 2 and make sure the custom playbooks get used and all that. I've had to manually keep track of all the stats. And it's a little time consuming, but it's easier than I was expecting it to be. So it's nice to be able to have all the stats out there kind of accessible to me in spreadsheets and whatnot. And the game is playing much better than it did in franchise mode too. So there you see, 3rd and long. The Bills just keep it on the ground. Good stop there. It'll be 4th and 12 and some pushing there. Grantham and Simpson at the end of that one. So the Bills will punt. The Jets burned a couple of timeouts. Expect them to go aggressively for a block here. Try before the half. As Walker back to receive the punt, he calls for a fair catch at the 31. 9 seconds left. Gotta think the Jets, well, we'll see. They've got him in the shotgun. They try to go for a medium depth play, try to sneak one in the field goal range. Incomplete pass there. 2nd and 10. Ken O'Brien, 11 of 15. He's actually had a very solid game. Bills haven't gotten to him yet. Both of these teams had 7 sacks through the first 2 weeks in the game. Jets have 1 in this game. Bills have not sacked O'Brien as of yet. Shotgun O'Brien back. He's going to air this one out to end the half. Deep ball. And there's a flag on the play. Flag on the play. We'll see what that call ends up being. And it's a pass interference call. We've only seen that one other time this season, and it almost made Dan Campbell have a heart attack at the half in that Lions-Packers game. But the Jets get a gift into field goal range here. Nick Folk hits from 30 to go into the half. And Sean McDermott's not even arguing the call. He clearly knew that was a PI on Leotis McKelvin. You can't take a pass interference call on a Hail Mary. That's a terrible job by McKelvin. So the Jets get 10 points in the final minute and a half of the half to make it a game again, 17-10, as we head into the tunnel. Dwayne March joins us. How are you, buddy? Good to see you, my friend. I hope you are well. I saw you had a stream earlier on. I will try to watch it work. We're going to check out Dwayne's channel for all the APBA baseball you could ever possibly want. So now, the Jets scored the 10 points in the last minute and a half of the half. They got that gift on the field goal at the end, and now the Jets get to receive to open up the second half. Jets with a chance to make some headway here. Kickoff to open up half number 2. Taken at the 7. Out across the 20. Lamb Jones stopped at the 21. Curtis Martin, 12 carries for 42 yards in the first half. Big for the Jets has been their ability to protect O'Brien. O'Brien hasn't been sacked yet. As a result, O'Brien's having himself a nice little game here. Changes things up at the line. Beck swings this one out of the backfield in the flat. Curtis Martin, but Martin kind of got spun around as he caught that. And by the time Martin could get his legs moving again, the Bills' defense was all over. 2nd and 10. No gain on the reception. Kindly bang that like button if you folks haven't as of yet. Hopefully, have not yet subscribed. I can coax you into doing so. 13 on a mid-afternoon broadcast. I like that. Thanks for tuning in. Out of the backfield, Curtis Martin there over the middle. O'Brien hits him. O'Brien now 12 of 16. Big difference when you can protect your quarterback. And O'Brien went 5 for 5 on that Jets drive in the final minute of the first half. Impressive movement there from the Jets. 3rd and 4 here. Delayed handoff. Martin slides through one tackler, but 3 more Bills are there to bring him down. And he won't get the marker. Jordan Boyer comes up with a secondary to put the finishing touches on that one. So the Jets will be turned aside here on the opening drive, 3 and out. Opening drive of the second half. Curly Johnson comes on for the punt. On the return, C.J. Spiller out across the 30 to the 31. They've got decent numbers here. I'll do this very quickly. Again, if you're not familiar with the Franchise Stars Football League format, every franchise has a 130-player master pool. 50 players were chosen at random for year 1. The rest of the players will join the league eventually, as this is done with a career mode in mind. So it's not your usual Franchise Stars, kind of all the best guys at once play one season and be done. This is kind of done with a career mode aspect to it. So there will be free agency. There can be trades. So all that stuff will be a part of this. Elliott gets through there on the sack, kind of a jailbreak up the middle. Ferguson can't get rid of it in time. Second sack for the Jets. Play action. Ferguson looks over the middle, complete. There's Butler. Butler had that big first half, and oh my goodness, after the sack, that's a huge one to give up for the Jets. Second and long. Butler makes the play. Again, Butler only had 5 catches through the first 2 games of the season. He's got 7 already in this one. First and 10 from the 41. Jets defense was mad at themselves for that one. Ferguson, drag route incomplete. 13 of 25 for 216 and a pair of scores for Joe Ferguson. Ferguson, a 100.3 QB rating entering the day. Ken O'Brien, 87. Again, when I do the Week 3 highlight show later on this week, we'll talk about leaderboards and stuff like that. And Darrelle Revis. Revis steps in for the pick. Pick 6. Jets are going to tie the game. Darrelle Revis cuts in front of Albert Dubenian. Ferguson's throw on the out route. Ferguson never saw Revis, I don't think. Take a look at this. On the out, Revis was right there with him. I don't know if he lost him with Hasty there or what, but Revis steps right in front. Ill-advised pass for Ferguson. Darrelle Revis, his second pick of the season. Both sides now have a turnover, and pending the Nick Folk extra point, we're going to be tied here at MetLife. 17-17. 11:20 left in the third. Well, Ferguson would love to have that throwback. Again, it looked like Butler was over there, Hasty was there, Dubenian and Revis. A little bit crowded. I'm not sure if maybe somebody ran a route at a wrong depth or what. Or it may just be that Darrelle Revis is exceptional. Combination of factors. 17-17 and the Jets. This would be a huge one for the Jets to be able to take the Bills down. Bills, one of the best teams in the AFC. Kickoff here taken by Spiller at the 5. Out across the 25. Forward progress. They'll mark him up at the 29. A little bit of a side eye for the Jets sideline on that spot. First and 10 from the 29. Ferguson under center. Handoff. Here's OJ. OJ to the outside. He's got some room. Simpson out across the 40. Simpson across midfield. Down inside the Jets 45. Down to the 41. Big run from Simpson to get things going on this drive for the Bills. OJ got to the outside. He had plenty of daylight ahead of him. Play action, and he rolls right into Grantham. So Larry Grantham gets his second sack of the game, third sack for the Jets. And the first sack was pretty much that same kind of thing where Ferguson started right, curled back the other way on a kind of a bootleg sort of situation, and Grantham was just right there waiting for him. Again, Grantham, 5.5 sacks a year ago. He's now got 5 in the first 3 weeks. Ferguson on the out route. Ooh, it looked like Dubenian slipped out there near the sideline. That one misses, and suddenly it's 3rd and 18. Trips up to the high side. Ferguson in the gun. Tried to hand it off to Fred Jackson on 3rd and long. Down inside the 40, down to the 36. So the Bills on 3rd and long, again, not thinking they're going to take any chances. They run the little trap there. And now this is kind of the end of Norwood's range. And they're not going to kick it. They're going to go for it on 4th and 5. Kind of in between field goal distance and punt distance. Bills elect to go for it instead. 3rd and 6, and 4th and 5 rather, and they convert it. Butler on the quick little out route. 8th catch of the game for Butler. Down to the 28 in front of Antonio Cromartie. And a huge conversion. Risky call there by the Bills, but it works. 1st and 10 from the 28. Ferguson stands in. Looks left-hand side. Complete near the sideline. Dubenian. Terrific grab down at the 6. They had a similar play to that in the first half on the corner. One in the first half was more of a straight out route, but Dubenian doing a little toe tapping along the sideline. Great grab by Albert Dubenian. 1st down Bills. Down to the Jets 6. 5 catches for 75 yards for Dubenian. Inside the 8, we'll call it 8:15 right now, left in quarter number 3. Hard count there. There's movement. And it's going to be against Buffalo. False start there. We'll push them back out to the 11. Pass out to the right side, complete. That's Dawson Knox, the tight end. Makes the grab, steps out of bounds at the 7. Second catch of the game for Knox.
Second and goal.
Ooh. Ferguson sees a gap up the middle. Ferguson's going to take it himself, but he has to dive short of the goal line to avoid getting mauled. Gets it down to the 3, though. 3rd and goal for the Bills. Big 3rd down here. And the Jets come up with the stop. Ferguson rolls right. Pass incomplete. Was looking for Butler. Cromartie was with him that time. Ferguson started to roll right. Tried to thread the needle. Unsuccessfully, and it'll be 4th and goal from the 3. Gotta think the Bills will go for the field goal here. Just gotta try to get the lead, and they will. 20-yard chippy for Scott Norwood. Kick is up, and good. So the Bills reclaim the lead after 17 straight points by the Jets, and it's 20-17 Buffalo. Again, this is week 3. This is the final, the last of the opening slate of games against divisional opponents. The first 3 weeks of the season are against 3 other teams in your division. Then, for the next 8 weeks, play outside the division, 1 other division in your conference and 1 division in the other conference. Then, division rivals will meet again for the final 3 games of the season. It's a 14-game season here in the FSFL. Lamb Jones brought down. Great coverage there by the Bills. Brought down shy of the 20 at the 18. The clock ate a good amount of time there on that Bills drive. Inside 7 minutes, Jets had started the half and went 3 and out. Second drive of the third quarter. O'Brien drops back, looks, pass complete to Rob Moore. Tries to turn the corner, but he's brought down. Good job there by Mike Stratton to bring down Moore to pick up the score. 2nd and 6. Receivers up to the high side. Pitch to Martin. Comes down low. Tries to stiff arm there, but there's 3 different Bills players there to wrap him up, but he does get a few. Matt Milano will get credit for the tackle for Buffalo. 3rd and 2 from the 26. Bryant. Handoff. Martin gets the first down. It's close, but he got it. 16 carries, 53 yards for Martin. Not a great average, but enough to keep the Bills honest. Defensively, 1st and 10, chains move out to the 29. Another handoff. Not too much there. Pick up with 2. Jets not getting greedy here. Plenty of time left in this game. It's a 3-point game, just trying to run their offense effectively. Handoff. Tries to cut it back on the counter. Looked outside. There was nothing there. Tried to cut it up the middle. Not much there either. 3rd and 7 from the 32. Bills would love to get to the quarterback at some point. No sack yet on the day for Buffalo. Bryan drops back. Looks. Complete. First down to Rob Moore out across the 40 to the 43. Chains will move again. 14 of 18 for 137 and a score. No big hits for O'Brien, but he's been very efficient. Just down near the 3-minute mark left in quarter 3. And in motion. Barely get the play off. Handoff, and Martin breaks it. Curtis Martin breaks it. Inside the Buffalo 30, inside the 20, down inside the 10 before he's dragged down. Big run for Martin. Curtis Martin had a huge hole, and before anybody knew it, he was through the 3rd level. Good job by Martin to hit that hole hard. Great job by the Jets offensive line. James tracks him down to save the touchdown, but 1st and goal, Jets from the Buffalo 8. O'Brien drops, looks, and Wesley Walker wide open on the drag route. Touchdown, New York. So Walker slides underneath. Nobody picks him up. And you can't be losing Wesley Walker. There is nobody near him. Somebody bit on a fake or blew an assignment.
And Walker, untouched.
23-0. 23-0. I'm okay. Don't mind me. 23-20 with the extra point to come here from Folk. It is up and good. 24-20 New York. 8 plays, 82 yards in 4:45. And again, what a huge deal it has been for the Jets, their protection of Ken O'Brien in this game. Again, both of these teams came in with 7 sacks in the first 2 weeks, 3.5 aside. Jets have picked up 3 today. The Bills have not gotten to Ken O'Brien once as of yet. .212 left in the 3rd. 24-20 New York. This would certainly be an upset if the Jets can pull it off. Taken at the 3. Out across the 20. Out across the 25. A ball at the 27. Joe Ferguson and the Bills get back to work. They have not been in this position this year. Trailing in the second half. Handoff. Simpson. Out across the 40. Good run for OJ Simpson. 13 carries. Again, we talked about the Bills trying to take a little bit of the load perhaps off of OJ after he's carried 60 times for the first 2 weeks. Only 13 today, but he's got 80 yards. Might see a little bit of a heavier dose of OJ from here on to the end. He checks out now. First and 10 from the 45. Ferguson. Pass right side, misses the mark. Looking for Butler. Revis on Butler that time. And Revis has that big pick 6. Been huge in this game. And 10 from the 45. And off Simpson. Up the middle, brought down right at midfield. That'll make it 3rd and 5. Crowd here at MetLife starting to feel it a bit. Four wide. Ferguson, the shotgun snap a little bit wide. I don't know if that threw him off there. Ferguson pass incomplete, 4th and 5, and the Bills are going to have to punt. So the Jets defense comes through huge. Now the Bills will play the field position battle, try to pin New York deep. Punt angle towards the sideline. It's a good one. Inside the 10, out of bounds at the 6. Nicely done by Bateman. And you see Wesley Walker, 3 catches, 30 yards, and a touchdown. For the Bills defense to be very aggressive here. O'Brien changes things up at the line. 10 from their own 6-yard line. O'Brien drops. A little surprised their throwing is incomplete. O'Brien 15 of 20 now. He has been very, very good. Our cameraman had the lens cap on. 2nd and 10 from the 6. Handoff. Martin tries to get outside. Bills all over. Pick up a 3. 20 carries for 108 on the day for Curtis Martin. 3rd and 7 from the 8. Warren Walker down on the low side, and the Jets will let the 3rd quarter run out. Good one going here at MetLife. 24-20 Jets trying to upset the Bills here in week 3. And the first of 3 live broadcast here on the week 3 slate of games. There's movement there. That's going to be a false start on the Jets. Also have Buccaneers Saints, Cowboys Eagles on the slate here for week 3. And off up the middle, Martin. Again, Jets just play it conservatively there. Don't want to take any risks back near their own end zone. They give it to Martin, who stopped. So now this next drive could be the biggest of the game. Jets will punt here from their own end zone. The Bills should get excellent field position. Early Johnson will punt from under his own goalpost. High kick. Taking Bills territory. Spiller brings it inside the Jets 45. Buffalo will start from the Jets 44. 24-20 New York. 14-15 left in the game. So McDermott has Ferguson in the shotgun. Stands in the pocket, looks left side, diving, grab complete. Jerry Butler continues his terrific day. Lays out for that one. That throw was a bit out ahead of him, but Butler reels it in. 1st and 10 down to the Jets 31. 9 for 166 on the day for Butler. He's going to end up doubling his year reception total today. 5 entering the day. He's got 9 today. Handoff. OJ up the middle, and the Jets gobble it up. Picks up 2. And that is it. 2nd and 8 from the 30. Simpson alone setback. 3 wide. Pressure up the middle.
And Ferguson.
Down he goes for the sack back at the 42. 4th sack for the Jets. Leonard Williams. The 4 sacks that the Jets have had, 2 of them have been kind of modified bootlegs almost by Ferguson, where he's run right into Larry Grantham. The other 2, Elliott's and Williams is there, have just been the Bills blocking down the middle. Fail, and Ferguson has nowhere to go. Handoff Jackson. So again, the Bills
Play it safe.
4th and 20 from the 41. Again, with it being a 1-score game, you can still afford to do this if you're Buffalo. Try to pin the Jets deep again and just keep them in their own end. Play the field position. Figure eventually you're going to get your break. That one not quite as good as the first punt. Out of bounds at the 16. Curtis Martin, 116 total yards on the day. 111 of those on the ground. 7:41 remaining. Where the Jets protect the football at all costs. Handoff up the middle. Martin dodges a tackler, slips through the hole, out across the 25, out to the 28. 1st down, Jets. Curtis Martin, a big performance in week 1. He was contained largely in game 2. Having a good performance here today. 1st and 10 from the 28. Lammons in motion. Handoff. Martin off tackle. Breaks the tackle out across the 30 to the 32. Pick up a 4. A little surprised the Jets haven't used Bilal Powell. I mean, Powell carried the ball actually as much as Martin did last week against the Dolphins. This has pretty much been entirely the Curtis Martin show today for New York. That time the Bills aren't letting him go anywhere. They are punching and clawing
And scratching. Trying to
get that ball away from Martin. To no avail. 3rd and 3. Inside 10 minutes remaining. 2 tight ends set for the Jets on 3rd and 3. Short drop from O'Brien. Tries to backpedal, senses the pocket collapsing. O'Brien is looking for something. He's got to get rid of this ball, and he does. Throws it away down the left-hand side. He gets hit at the end of the play. Expression the better part of valor there for O'Brien. So the Jets will have to punt, but they got themselves out of deep in their own end before
having to do so.
Johnson's punt taken. Brought out to the 26. 1st and 10, Buffalo. Shotgun. Pass incomplete. From the 26. Handoff. Simpson slips a tackler but is brought down. 3rd and 5, 16 for 92 on the day for OJ. He gets up a little slowly there at the end of that play. 3rd and 5 from the 31. Delay handoff. And the Jets don't fall for it. They give a delay handoff there to Spiller, a delayed draw, and David Harris reads that play like it was in yesterday's paper. And there is nothing there for C.J. Spiller. Revis comes to help out, and the Bills go nowhere. Jets defense coming up big here in the second half. Here's the punt. Taken at the 24. They'll
call it a fair catch.
1st and 10 from the 24 for the Jets. Again, protect the football. Martin's brought down Bruce Smith. Smith has had a quiet game today for the Bills. Big stop there. 2nd and 12. I must have gotten an early edition. Yeah, no joke. Bryan under pressure. Spins, throws, complete. Wesley Walker out across the 40. 1st down Jets out to the 43. 4 catches on the day for Wesley Walker. I don't know if you saw that one with his glass eye or his good eye. Handoff. Martin, nothing doing. Pick up of a yard, 2nd and 9. Inside 6.5 minutes. Jets just trying
to keep possession.
Run this clock down as best they can. Bryan stands in, short drop, looks right side. Complete right near the marker, and they'll say it's a 1st down. Rob Moore with the completion. 5th catch of the day for Moore, right at
the marker. The chains
move again. This is easily the best we've seen the Jets look in the year plus of the FSFL. Both sides of the ball. Handoff up the middle. Martin picks up 2. Jets are riding Martin hard here. That's 27 carries. Howell is more likely to cough the ball up. Martin was stripped for the 1 turnover early.
It was a rarity. That's
an aberration. Pump fake from O'Brien. Now he rolls left. Looks down the left-hand sideline, incomplete. He throws that one. Perhaps a little bit of happy feet that time by O'Brien. It looked like Bruce Smith was about to get away. And O'Brien, again, just thinking protect. 3rd and 8 from the 46. Big play here. Bryan drops. Pass. Ooh, incomplete and almost intercepted. Very, very lucky there, O'Brien. He hasn't made many mistakes in this one. He caught a break there, though. So now Curly Johnson will punt, try to pin the Bills deep, and this will come on to the Jets defense.
Johnson angles it.
A beauty of a punt from Curly Johnson, out of bounds at the 1. So the Bills trailing by 4, 99
yards ahead of them.
Handoff up the middle. Simpson. Out to the 8, pickup of 7. 2nd
and 3.
Standing in, Ferguson. Pass incomplete. Ferguson only 17 of 36.
Below 50%.
261 yards passing for Ferguson. He's got a nice yardage total. Four rushes, 36 pass plays for the Bills here in week 3. And run heavy for the first 2 weeks.
Play action. Ferguson from his end zone. Pass.
Complete.
Dubenian. Oh, Dubenian almost broke that one.
I apologize if my volume keeps going up and down. I'm having a little bit of a headset issue. But Dubenian almost breaks this one loose. Good pass there from Ferguson. He gets out ahead of Rivas, and kind of a collision there, and Dubenian almost broke that one. That would have just been devastating for New York. 1st and 10 from the 37. Coming up on 3 minutes remaining. Ferguson looks complete. Dubenian in just territory. And this one, Dubenian does break. Down inside the 30, inside the 20. Breaks another tackle down inside the 10. Albert Dubenian, who has been bottled up for most of this game, breaks that one in a big way. 1st and goal for the Bills.
Down to the Jets 6.
And the mood here at MetLife has changed. Dubenian back-to-back receptions. AFL legend, as Greg Recchi knows, absolutely. Dubenian's been terrific here in the FSFL. Under pressure, and
Ferguson's just going to throw that one away.
2nd and goal from the 6. Remember, a field goal doesn't do anything
For the Bills, though.
They're in 4-down
Territory here.
Ferguson stands back, looks, left side.
Picked off by the Jets. Picked
Down the sideline, that's Hudson. Picked off, and the Jets. Huge play by
Hudson.
Jim Hudson steps in and picks it off. Ferguson
Off balance. Hudson
in front of C.J. Spiller out of the backfield.
Hudson picks it off.
Jets.
Now just need to control it.
2nd interception.
Thrown by Ferguson.
Surprised they're passing. It's out into the flat, though. Martin near the marker. That'll get us to the 2-minute warning. Both teams
do have all 3 timeouts left.
Second and inches from the 41. Now the Jets are in a position. 1st down would really pretty much seal this one for New York. Hand off, Martin spins out of a tackle out across the 45, and that should do it. Timeout, Bills.
Martin out to the 48.
Bills take the first timeout, 2 remaining. 1:56 left on the
clock for the Jets.
Coslet, somewhat surprisingly here, has O'Brien in the shotgun. O'Brien changes things there. Draw. Martin's gobbled up for a loss of a yard. Bills take their 2nd timeout. First down would end it. The Bills can stop the Jets. They could get the ball back within 30 seconds. Inside 30 seconds. And off Martin again, tripped up in the backfield. Nice job there by Mike Stratton. Bills take their last
timeout. So it's a 3rd and 12.
From their own 46. 1:51 left on the clock. The Jets here, you're probably going to try to pass it and try to get that 1st down, but you got to be smart about it. And they're not. They're just going to run it. And Oh, I thought that Martin might break that and actually get the first down. He does not. He gets down to the Bills' 46-yard line. A helpful carry, but not
one that seals it.
135 and ticking. Early Johnson with the punt. Try to pin the Bills deep. Onus we put on the Jets defense once more. Johnson angles the punt. Not a great one. Out of bounds at the 19. So it comes down to this for Buffalo. 109.
They're out of timeouts.
They trail by 4. Ferguson stands back. Looks over the middle.
Incomplete.
Second and 10 for
Buffalo.
Ferguson back.
Pressure up the middle. Ferguson hit as he throws, but he hits Dubenian. Are you kidding? Are you kidding? Dubenian.
Down Bills. Ferguson hit as he throws. And Dubenian goes the distance. Dubenian is the big player
receiver on this squad.
Ferguson hit as he throws,
and Dubenian right down the
for the touchdown. Bills take the lead. The crowd at MetLife stunned into silence.
55 seconds remaining.
Norwood for the extra point. It is up and good. As good a game as you could have asked the Jets to play. It has suddenly
blown apart on the Jets.
27-24 Bills, 55 seconds left. The Jets do have all 3
timeouts remaining.
Huge
play there. Again, we've talked about previously that Dubenian's old.
I mean, he's been solid, but he hasn't been a superstar. But in the games that
I've live streamed,
loves the bright lights,
I guess, because every game that I stream,
it's a Bills game.
Dubenian is a force.
Kickoff out across the 20. Jets start off from their 21. 27-24
Buffalo. Ryan has been sensational. He's still
sacked. Jets need to protect him for one more drive and try to pull this off.
Pass over the middle. Rob Moore complete.
Out to the 34. Jets take their first timeout. .46 seconds left on the clock. Right. Drops. Looks. Incomplete. Looking for
more again. That one wide of the mark.
Second and 10 from the 34. Right.
Looks right side, near the side.
That'll get a first down for Martin. But his knee hit inbound, so they
call a timeout because he wasn't able to get the clock stopped on his own. First and 10 from the 44.
Bryant drops back, steps up, hit as he throws, incomplete. Almost a sack there. O'Brien Almost looked like he was
trying to shovel pass it under the pressure. That would
be a dangerous play. Again, a
field goal would get this tie, so the Jets don't
7. Brian drops, looks again towards the
sideline. Incomplete.
Brian in the gun. 3rd and 8 from the 46.
They need about 20 yards to.
O'Brien stands
back. Pressure. Good coverage by the Bills.
The sideline.
Incomplete. And it comes down to
4th and 8 for the Jets. 20 seconds left.
Brian drops back. Looks.
Looking. Pass. Near side. Tip. Incomplete. And the Bills
are going to pull this off.
The Bills
take over. The Jets
only stop it once.
Ferguson takes the knee. The Jets use
timeout. And the Bills are going to pull this
one off, and this is just an excruciating
loss for the
New York Jets.
Ferguson takes
the knee,
and that will run it
out. A lot of very
angry fans will leave
MetLife today. The Hudson interception late. I thought
it. And the Bills get the huge throw
from Ferguson to Dubenian.
And somehow pull this one off. Unbelievable. Less than 50% completion for
Ferguson, but 428, 3 TDs. O'Brien just solid and efficient today.
This is a heck of a performance here by the Jets. But oh man,
that is just an
absolute dagger.
Great game, tough loss, but isn't that so like the Jets? Yeah, this was a very
in admission. Holy cow.
I mean, they played so well for the overwhelming majority of this game.
Bills end up with 385 passing. Jets turned it over once. The Bills turned it over twice. That was thing to watch.
From a,
I mean, that's such a huge win
for the Jets if they're able to pull it off.
And touchdown was the only points of the fourth quarter.
Everything happened in the second and third.
First and fourth quarters were
pretty much quiet.
Jets, you certainly have stuff you can build off out of this one, but that's
not going to be something anybody in that
wants to
hear right now.
Ferguson 20
of 42, 428,
3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 81-yarder
to Dubenian
for the
winner. O'Brien 21 of
for 210,
2 touchdowns, no interceptions,
and he wasn't sacked. O'Brien's
longest completion was only
Martin 31 for 144. He held Simpson under 100. I mean, granted, it was 17 for 99. Simpson was fine
when he carried the ball. But I mean, if you're going to draw this up
as the Jets, looking for a win. 2 picks, protect your quarterback, stay under 100, and still lose the ball game.
Butler and
Just sensational work out of them. The methodical offense of the Jets, the big plays for the
Bills, and the big
get Buffalo to the finish line.
So that'll
Appreciate you tuning in.
Greg, Dwayne, appreciate you guys in
As
always. Next live stream
tomorrow,
probably late tomorrow. We'll probably do the Buccaneers Saints game.
late tomorrow night, we'll do
Cowboys Eagles at some point on Wednesday.
Get to work
Putting the 3 highlight video together.
Then,
Bang that like button if you haven't as of yet.
subscribe if you haven't as of yet. And most importantly, be good to each other.
And we'll talk soon. The Bills
Victory.
from the jaws of defeat, 27-24 over the Jets.